Today, there is interesting news from the Toretsk direction in Donetsk Oblast. Here, the Russian command was forced to achieve a victory to inspire its troops. So, they decided to gamble on another suicidal mission. In a bizarre idea, Russians rode across the fields with Soviet flags while Ukrainians used them simply as target practice. In and around the war-torn Toretsk, the Russian military continues to face stiff resistance and heavy losses. Months of attritional warfare have left much of the city in ruins, turning it into a gray zone, an area where neither side can maintain stable control. Amid these conditions, Russian forces have increasingly shifted their focus to bypassing Toretsk by advancing through surrounding settlements such as Shcherbinivka and its adjoining agglomerations. The Russian objective is to flank the town and force a collapse from the sides after failing to take it head-on over the past year. This change in approach follows repeated tactical failures, most notably in Shcherbinivka itself. In earlier offensives, Russian infantry attempted to seize the area, but units from Ukraine's Azov Corps decisively cleared them out. For the Russians, gaining control here is not optional. Without it, they cannot hope to isolate Ukrainian forces inside Toretsk or protect themselves from raids and fire missions that continue to harass them from the outskirts. On Toretsk's northern flank, earlier Russian motorcycle assaults failed miserably. As you might remember from a previous report, Ukrainians responded by recalibrating minefields and integrating more layered defenses, effectively neutralizing the threat. Learning little from these failures, Russian commanders turned their attention to the south, hoping this area, not yet targeted with motorcycles, might offer an opportunity for more success. But this time, they wanted something more than a breakthrough and started a spectacular assault. What followed was an attempt at psychological warfare, designed to boost the morale of Russian troops before the launch of their summer offensive. Russian soldiers mounted motorcycles, each flying big Russian and Soviet flags, as they charged forward. The move was pure symbolism, an apparent effort to film a triumphant advance through a contested sector, to boost morale and deliver some good news to the Russian information space. But in practice, this flag served only one real purpose: making the assault troops bigger and more visible targets. Geolocated footage shows the assault force initially advancing along a single road before splitting into two columns. This maneuver aimed to reduce vulnerability to a single ambush, hoping that at least one group would make it through to their objective. But Ukrainian drone operators were already watching. Alert and experienced, they quickly detected the attackers, and the Ukrainians executed a multi-layer defense with brutal efficiency. Ukrainian artillery opened fire first, followed by FPV drone strikes that chased the motorcycles across the terrain. Other drones hovered above, dropping grenades on the soldiers with pinpoint accuracy. Riders were knocked off their bikes one by one, their flags falling beside them into the dust. Despite the initial barrage, a handful of motorcyclists did manage to escape the first engagement, crawling into the ruins of nearby buildings with the hope of finding cover. Ukrainian forces responded with cluster munitions, saturating the hiding spots with shrapnel. Simultaneously, more drones were deployed, systematically eliminating the surviving Russians. By the end, the only remnants of the attack were burning motorcycles and shredded Russian flags around them. This failed assault, rather than delivering a morale-boosting spectacle for the Russian soldiers preparing for their renewed offensive effort, became a visual demonstration of Ukrainian dominance on the battlefield. Instead of planting flags on Ukrainian positions, the attackers left behind nothing but charred wreckage and more proof of Russia's inability to make meaningful progress and move away from suicidal tactics. Overall, the operation underscores the desperation within the Russian command. With no territorial success to show, they gambled on an information victory, trying to craft a narrative of momentum with flags and theatrics. But what they received was a disaster captured in real time, a symbolic assault turned symbolic defeat. With Russian commanders failing to achieve their victory, Russian soldiers and survivors of the previous failed assaults now stand to launch a massive summer offensive with their hopes even further in the gutter. Despite repeated failure, Russia continues to use motorcycle troops in reconnaissance by force missions. These units are often undertrained, poorly equipped, and sent ahead to expose Ukrainian positions by drawing fire. But the bike assaults occasionally work, Forbes wrote. Nick Reynolds and Jack Watling of the Royal United Services Institute wrote that Russian troops are ordered to advance towards where they assess Ukrainian positions to be. Once fired upon, commanders identify possible weaknesses and continue pressing with more troops. Last week, Russia's 39th Motor Rifle Brigade exploited a weak point in Ukrainian lines near Malinivka, just outside Pokrovsk. According to Forbes, Russian drones neutralized Ukrainian armored counterattacks, allowing infantry to capture a segment of trench.
Отдельные небольшие группы для демонстрационных действий противника, которые пытаются укрыться от наших подразделений. Она будет продолжаться некоторое время,
Выстрел! 3001, 3001, угловец 55-74.
Меньше 1, 55, 8.